Kaisen, chapter 236, titled Go South. We're just gonna bop right in. So at the end of the last chapter, Gojo. Sorry. So at the end of the last chapter, Gojo was declared winner by not the older guy that's with Yuji and them, who's kind of watching everything. So as I said, my belief is that Gojo is going to be taken out at the same time as Sukuna. They'll both be out of action after this fight. So I think Sukuna has something left up his sleeve to use, and we'll see if that's the case. So it opens on Gato with the editor text "Long time no see, best friend." Gato says "Hey," and then it's young Gojo. He's like "Bleh." And Gojo's like, "You're kidding me. This sucks." And Gato says, "Pretty rude thing to say right after seeing someone's face." They're in like a mall or something. They're sitting on benches and there's like a shop behind them, and they're it looks like a mall. So yeah, Gojo's like, "I've always told my students when you die you'll be alone." Oh no, does this mean Gojo's dead now? When you die, you'll be alone. So please tell me this is just some ridiculous dream. And Gato says, "Does it matter?" Gojo says, "No shit." And then there's the stuff with his dad. But I guess I asked Shoko to handle that. Shoko. Wait, who's Shoko again? Shoko, JJK. Oh, Shoko is the doctor. What's she handling? So, what's going on? Uh, oh no, this isn't a flashback because Gato said, "So how was the King of Curses?" And Gojo says, "Insanely friggin' strong," and he wasn't giving it all he had. Damn! So Gojo was dead. He died off screen. Well, off page. Damn! So Gojo had the upper hand at the end of the last chapter, and between then and now, he's died. Fucking hell. Honestly, I don't think I would have won even if he didn't have Megumi's 10 shadows. Um, and then Gato says, "I'm shocked anyone could make you admit that." Still, Gojo says, "Still, I kind of feel sorry for him. I'm no stranger to feeling isolated. There was always a gulf between me and other people, even if they adored me." Ooh, this is getting. What's going on? You can admire a blooming flower, but you can't ask it to understand you. I put everything I had into trying to reach him, to make him understand. All my physical training, those techniques I mastered, my explosiveness, quick thinking, and attempts at humor, I gave him my all, but it wasn't enough. The loneliness that comes with unrivaled strength, the one who will teach you about love is. I had fun. So Gojo's dead. Fucking hell, what? So this is like heaven or whatever in the Jujutsu Kaisen world. It's the afterlife. And he's talking to Gato. Obviously Gato died, and then Kenjaku took over his body. Um, Sukuna wasn't able to give me his all though, and I think that's a damn shame. Gato says, "Well, consider me jealous. You at least had the satisfaction of going out with a bang. Satisfaction, huh?" Okay, Gato also went out with a bang. It's just Yuta was the one to kill him. Satisfaction, huh? I guess my only disappointment is that you weren't there to give me a slap on the back, and we see like a an imagination of Gojo's, I guess, with Hikari and what's his name, the cursed speech user, and Yuta and Maki with Gato, laughing and smiling and stuff. And then Gato is crying, I guess. Sort of. It looks like a tear, and he's just laughing as well. Um, but I guess I am glad I died facing a strong opponent. It'd have been embarrassing if I let some disease or old age get the best of me. And then someone else says, "What are you, a samurai?" And he says, "Seriously, you should know it's poor taste to think like that in the present." Uh, then again, that mindset of yours is probably why you outlived me. You and Gojo-san must just miscalculated a bit. I remember once asking Gato-san why we can't just leave it all to you. So it's two of the other people from the limited inventory, the cursed inventory arc, the flashback arc to Gato to Gojo and Gato's childhood, um, with Megumi's dad. Uh, yeah, so it's two of the other students from then. They're like Gojo and Gato's friends, and they're just talking and joking and stuff. After all, you never cared about keeping sorcery going or protecting people. You were just in the game because you got a kick out of it. This is one of his friends talking about him. Truth is, we all thought that about Gojo-san, but we couldn't bring ourselves to say it out loud. Why are you bringing? And then Gojo says, "Why are you bringing this up then?" And he's like, "Sorry." And the other guy, the other friend, I don't know either of these guys' names. It's been fucking ages since I read that arc. Well, that feeling about you was just proven right by your actions a second ago. Yeah, so that's Gato talking, saying that was just proven right part. Can't say I approve, but I do sympathize. It was a fitting way for you to go out. And Gojo says, "Yeah, yeah, thanks. And how do you feel about your demise?" I kind of butted it back then. Curses can bring people back to life the same way sorcery can. I once asked Mason about where I should go live. She said if you'd like to become someone new, go north. If you'd like to return to where you once were, go south. So May being philosophical for once, I guess. Uh, and the guy says, back then I didn't hesitate in moving south. I've always been someone who loves looking to the past, so I found it ironic when I died betting on the future. As final moments go, it wasn't too bad, so I'm grateful to Haibara. Uh, you're too kind. And Gojo's smiling. He's like, I see. Um, and then he yells, "Hey, principal! Thought you said no Jujutsu sorcerer dies without regrets." And it's the principal, who's obviously dead now. And he's there with Gojo and stuff in the afterlife. And so Gojo is smiling and waving. Gato is laughing. They're all laughing. They're all smiling. They're all having a good time. It's all the people that died in the unlimited in the cursed inventory arc. Oh, they're in an airport, right? Now I'm hoping this isn't a dream. And then we see Gojo's real life body. Well, not his body. From here up, the rest of his body is gone, and he has blood pouring out of his mouth, and the ground is covered in blood. So this is Sukuna talking. He says Maharaja's adaptation can start after only a single attack. Then it slowly starts to analyze, and its completion is only a matter of time. If it receives another identical attack during that calculation period, the adaptation accelerates. Once a technique is adapted to, the analysis doesn't stop there; it continues to adapt further. So he's explaining how Maharaja works. What I wanted from Maharaja was a model of how to tear through your infinity. Interesting. So Maharaja obviously adapted to infinity first. That seems to be so when Shikigami that are part of the ten shadows technique die, they pass their traits on to a different one. But it seems like Sukuna somehow, when Maharaja died in the last chapter, when Gojo used Hollow Purple, it seems Sukuna somehow took Maharaja's adaptation into himself, instead of it going to a different Shikigami. Um, so that's how he killed him, I guess. After first adapting, Maharaja was altering the essence of its own cursed energy in order to neutralize and nullify your infinity. Uh, so we see Yuji crying, and then Sukuna's talking, and then we see Maki and Yuta both crying. That was something I was unable to do, so I waited. I waited for it to discover another adaptation to counter your infinity, one I could use. Okay, so Maharaja adapted to it, but he can adapt to it in different ways, I guess. And he Sukuna just let him keep adapting in different ways over and over until he got a technique which he could use against Gojo. Yeah. the second adaptation was exactly what I had been anticipating, but it wasn't sending slashes flying as I do. It was expanding the technique's target. What? Its intended target wasn't just you, Gojo Satoru, but space, the entire world, existence itself. It targeted everything before it unleashed those slashes. Your infinity meant nothing as long as it existed within that space, that world. It would all be torn apart. So, Maharaja, in adapting to the technique, seems to have created some kind of like dimension slash attack that would cut through infinity, I guess. Um, we also see it was a near impossible technique to pull off, but that model proved to be quite effective. So it seems that also we see Gojo's upper body is laying out, as I said a minute ago. His arms are missing and stuff. But his like from here down is still standing, like it's still up, but obviously he's dead, like he's not alive anymore. Um, it's pretty brutal. His body's in just a pool of blood, and there's blood everywhere and stuff. But it seems, yeah, Sukuna has some kind of like dimension slash attack now, I guess. Uh, and he's fucked up. Like he is messed up. His half of his face is all bloody and everything. He has the two eyes on this side, and he said, "You did well, Gojo Satoru. I won't forget you for as long as I live." And yeah, he's down, and Gojo is he's dead. And then whoosh, what's happening? We're sparing no time to mourn the death of Gojo Satoru. And Sukuna says, "I'm feeling great now, so please don't spoil my pleasure." He launches onto the battlefield. Kashimo Hajime, the god of lightning. Yo! So Hajime is the one that fought Hikari when Hikari kept rolling the perfect rolls in his domain expansion and coming back to life. Hajime is the one with the lightning curse technique, and his cursed energy is like getting hit by electricity. So he's coming into the fight now. Obviously, he had said in a previous chapter that he was up next if Gojo failed, or if Gojo won, he'd fight Gojo. He's coming in. He has some kind of a special technique that can only be used once. That's he can only use it once, and that we don't know, like, is it going to kill him or what's going to happen, but we do know he can only use it once. The god of lightning seems to imply that like he has some kind of a, I don't know. So like Sukuna's domain expansion, Malevolent Shrine, is it's a divine expansion. So like it's like a godly expansion. The fact that they're calling this guy the god of lightning makes me think that maybe he's also got a divine domain expansion. Uh Obviously he's from 400 years in the past, so like he as far as I'm aware is the most powerful sorcerer of that era. So like Sukuna was the most powerful sorcerer 1,000 years ago. Gojo is the most powerful in the modern day. I think Kashimo is like the most powerful sorcerer from his time 400 years ago. Um, and he's about to take the stage to fight Sukuna next. Um, Interesting. That's very interesting. Uh, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I really do think that Sukuna's going to be out after this. Like, I don't think, like, I can't see like Yuta beating him. I can't see Hikari beating him. I can't see Yuji beating him. So I can't see Maki beating him either. I can't see any of them beating him. So I really do think that what's going to happen is Kashimo is going to use his one time technique, and it's going to take them both out. Um, I think that'll, so like Kashimo, Gojo, and Sukuna are all going to be out of play at the end of this. That's the only way I can see it going, because like I can't imagine there being any other way that this could be resolved besides all of them being put out of action, you know? Uh yeah, it'd be interesting to see chapter 237. I don't know when it's coming out. Hopefully next week. I hope there's not break.